everybody, welcome to today's video. So this is the next part of our 1 Year at a Time series for our little explorers. This is the third year of life. This is ages 2 to 3. So the third year of life is full of a lot of growth and discovery and excitement. Toddlers are exploring their world more independently and expressing their feelings in new ways. They're also learning how to navigate social situations as well. And so this stage is all about developing social skills, building emotional awareness, problem solving, and a sense of autonomy. So as you can see on our development map, so from the ages of 24 to 30 months, children are becoming a lot more coordinated and adventurous. They're starting to run more smoothly, climb onto things, may even start using a tricycle, and their fine motor skills are continuing to improve. They are also kind of helping with their daily self-care skills, like washing their hands and helping with getting dressed. And by the third birthday, children gain even more control over their movements, so they can jump forward, balance on one foot, and throw or kick a ball with pretty good accuracy. They can also manipulate small objects, draw some basic shapes, and use their utensils more skillfully. And some may even begin to start dressing themselves. And so the stage of development that we've now entered from Erik Erikson's stages of development is early childhood. So the task here is autonomy versus shame and doubt. So at 2 to 3, toddlers are learning to do things for themselves. This is the autonomy portion. And so it's feeding themselves, dressing themselves, picking out toys, and successfully accomplishing tasks helps them to build confidence, self-esteem, and independence. But in the shame portion of this, if children are overcorrected, rushed, or not supported, they may develop doubt in their abilities or shame when they fail. And so parents are playing a really important role in providing safe opportunities for kiddos to try new things and helping them out when needed. And so one thing to do to help kiddos with this is to let them make simple choices. So what snacks they want to have or what shoes they want to wear, and encourage them trying new things while also being nearby for support. They're also very eager to assert their independence at this time and do things themselves, and that's a part of healthy development. And so they may insist on dressing themselves or pouring their own drink or even helping clean up. And supporting this independence helps them to be more self-confident and responsible people and develop better problem-solving skills. And at the same time, they probably need some boundaries and some guidance to help with frustration or harm. And so just giving them opportunities to safely explore their independence and praising their efforts rather than their outcomes. And they're experiencing a lot of big feelings. So, as we know, people often refer to this as the terrible twos. In a lot of ways, they're pretty terrific, but there's a lot of feelings going on, learning how to regulate those feelings, and new feelings too that they didn't experience in the year before. And so, adults are there to help them practice self-regulation by modeling calm behavior, naming their feelings, and offering comfort and strategies to cope with feelings, which is known as co-regulation. And so your tip here is just staying calm when they're having their meltdowns and giving them tools that they can use, like deep breaths or a hug, or just giving them some peace and quiet so that way they can calm down their nervous systems. There's also a rapid growth of language development during this time. And so toddlers are now using words to communicate needs, feelings, and ideas. This also helps their social emotional growth by allowing them to express themselves instead of acting out. And they learn social cues, how to negotiate with others. And parents can help with this by, repeating new words that they say or short phrases and building their emotional language for feelings, and reading, singing to them, talking to them throughout the day. And play still remains the primary way that littles are learning about emotions, relationships, and problem solving. So pretend play, physical play, and interactive games are still super important during this time. And so joining in with your little one for playtime and let them take the lead. Make any opportunity for play that you see fit, whether that's building towers together or making up silly songs. It's all about learning and connection. And a lot more social interaction at this point because they're also starting to engage with each other and they're starting to talk to each other and share with each other, take turns. And this is when empathy starts to emerge. And so they may comfort another child, hug them, or just notice when somebody's upset. And so one way to help them with their social skills is to do group activities or play dates, and help support them through disagreements and solving problems together. So milestones that we usually reach by age 3, being able to express some feelings, usually in a simple way, so like I'm mad or I'm sad, seeking comfort from a grown-up, showing independence, being able to take turns and share toys, being able to demonstrate empathy, and to follow routines. And throughout this stage, they're still building confidence, emotional awareness, social skills, and problem-solving skills. And your role is still very important as they are in this stage of rapid learning. So celebrate their progress, encourage independence, and continue to provide opportunities for connection. And of course, we have our resources. So First 5 Calaveras, the resource connection, getting you connected with things in your community such as childcare, California Women, Infants, and Children, the WIC program for nutritional support. We also have pathways.org and Oh Hey Let's Play. These are age-appropriate activities to do with your toddler. And Head Start California and Early Head Start California for early learning for littles. Nexus Youth and Family Services, we have our Heart Smart Kids program for parents, Heart Smart Kids parenting classes with active parenting, and our PCIT PC Care program for parent-child therapy. And then if you need additional mental health support, there's behavioral health in Calaveras County and Amador County. And go ahead and do our surveys, give us some feedback, let us know where you're coming from or things you'd like to see. And thank you so much for watching. You can catch us in Amador County at Court Street or our Valley Springs Center in Pine Street in Valley Springs. And we'll see you for the next video.